Sweat it out on a rough road or chill out on a smooth sailing holiday? Well, if you think you have to make a choice, think again. Hello and welcome to The Great Escape. If you've ever wondered what it would be like to be treated like royalty, and the only thing that's ever come in your way is the fact that you don't have any blue blood, well then we have just the place for you. You live in a palace, be treated like a king or a queen as a matter of course. Your destination is Jodhpur, and your palace, Umaid Bhawan.
This is the Umaid Bhawan Palace in Jodhpur. The cheapest room in this hotel will cost you about 5,500 rupees a night. An ordinary deluxe suite will set you back about 10,000 rupees a night. But this is no ordinary deluxe suite. This is the Maharani suite with all the comforts of home. Dining room, drawing room, bedroom. All these comforts will set you back more than the average house costs for a month. Because this suite is the most expensive suite you can find here. Now you might say that's an absolutely ridiculous price which nobody would pay. That's where you'd be wrong. The last person to stay here was the President of Sri Lanka. Before that, assorted businessmen, visiting dignitaries. We even had the Prince of Saudi Arabia. I wonder who'll be next. Excuse me. Jodhpur is one of the largest cities in Rajasthan and easily accessible by air and rail to Delhi and Bombay. Most tourists pass through rather than linger here. But if you have a vicarious interest in royalty and a slightly higher budget than the average tourist, you'll have a ball here. Your initiation into royal life begins when you first get in. Appearances are important here, and perhaps that's why a uniformed chauffeur picked me up. I drove to the hotel in a Buick, an impressive guzzler of gasoline. I wonder how many liters it swallows to run a kilometer. The Umaid Bhawan Palace is still the residence of the Maharaja of Jodhpur, though part of it has been converted into a hotel. Maharajas may have become an anachronism, but it's difficult to remember that here, where much of the pomp and pageantry still survives. The first thing that strikes you is that Umaid Bhawan is huge, and I mean really huge. You'll find yourself dwarfed by the walls, the ceilings, the chandeliers, by everything. I wouldn't blame you if you felt intimidated by your surroundings. The hotel staff will proudly tell you that luxury has been created without changing history here. If you have the inclination, you could also play croquet, try your hand at tennis, work out in the gym, or even cool off with a jump in the pool. Oh, by the way, even if you're not staying here, you can take a conducted tour of the museum for the princely fee of 120 rupees. It's not the real thing, but it's a lot cheaper. An evening at Ajit Bhawan is a must if you come here. It may not be as grand as Umaid Bhawan, but it's a great deal cheaper and the ambience a little less intimidating. I arrived in the midst of a dinner hosted for participants of an international kite festival being held in Jodhpur. I made a mental note to check out the kites before I left. Yesterday was pure indulgence. Today is my day for sightseeing, and the Mehrangarh Fort is a good place to start. If the prospect of walking or climbing up 150 feet to the top of this fort daunts you, then this ought to lift your spirits. Like I was saying, style is definitely not lacking here. The fort is uninhabited, but worth a visit if only to get an idea of the times that were and the lives that the kings must have led. What a life that was. They say no trip to the fort is complete without clicking a picture of Ranjit Singh. He has appeared on the cover of several guidebooks. In fact, he's almost a tourist attraction by himself. Not far from where I met Ranjit Singh is Jaswant-Thara, memorials to the dead rulers of Jodhpur. It's interesting that the rulers got chhatris built on the spot where they were to be cremated, just so that no one else could be cremated there. I suppose it was good to be a king, even in death. Speaking of whims, if you have a fetish for the old stuff, then Jodhpur's antique shops are where you can spend hours browsing. That's for free. If you want to splurge, remember that most of what seems antique may only be a few weeks or even a few days old.
ये मखनिया lassi?
Yes.
अच्छा जी. If you're looking for something really genuine, try Makhaniya Lassi, a local speciality. During summers, this place sells 1,500 glasses a day. Phenomenal.
And the lassi, I'm told, goes well with a few sweet embellishments. Mawa laddu, kachori and pirni, if you have a sweet tooth. As for me, I'm off to try Rajasthani food. It's something you won't get in any big hotel in town. Mandore used to be the capital of this region before Jodhpur was founded. Today, visitors come to see its extensive gardens and impressive memorials.
This chhatri is dedicated to the memory of Maharaja Ajit Singh. When he died, 6 wives, and wait for it, 58 concubines jumped into the pyre to commit sati. Gives me the shivers just thinking about it.
One activity that's been around since the days of Sati is the sport of kite flying. The lawns at Umaid Bhavan, usually restricted to royalty and residents, are open to everyone today. The reason? Umaid Bhavan is playing host to an international kite festival. A real treat was a demonstration by kite enthusiasts from all over the world. David, one of the participants, had so much control over his kite that you couldn't help taking your hat off to him. Royalty has a certain bewitching quality. I felt so at home that I was convinced I had been a Maharaja in a previous life. Alas, the pomp and splendor of royal living proved ephemeral for me, as it will for you if you come here. There is a limit to what money can buy.